So we had some questions regarding SmartPlans, and so I thought it would be a good idea to, well, one, I was asked to, and two, I thought it would be a good idea to dig in there. We've talked about adding SmartPlans, right? Going into that library, picking up those SmartPlans, adding them to your library, adding them to our contacts. But what if we're not finding a SmartPlan that matches what we're wanting to accomplish? Or maybe we find one that's close, but that's just not quite there yet. We can tweak those SmartPlans. So there's a few that you don't want to mess with. One of those is like the birthday SmartPlan. Excuse me. If you mess with that one too much, changing the steps and stuff, then it will no longer send out on their birthdays. There's some triggers on that one that we found out the hard way, that if you change it too much, it doesn't actually send anymore. So so that's like the KW birthday one here, which has touch task. It's an interaction, right? And it triggers based on their birth date, which is why it's funky if you change it. So you can add it to your entire database today that has birthdays, and it won't trigger and start this process until it's the week of their birthday. So it's kind of cool, but you can't go in there. Like, we tried to change the phone call. Let's see, there was a social post and a text and a phone call. I think we deleted the phone call or changed the phone call to something else. I don't remember.
What's the birthday touch is email or postcard?
It's multiple touches. So I'll go over that here in a second.
Okay.
I'll go back into that here in a second.
Okay.
But we changed the phone call to a text message, or we eliminated it. And because we messed up this actual step, it wasn't like we changed the text of it, but we actually changed the whole touch. It invalidated the entire SmartPlan. So far, that one's really like one of the only ones that we found have done that. Most of the other ones you can edit pretty much anything and it'll still work, but because this one triggers based on the birth date and it's set up specially by Keller Williams, it caused it not to trigger on their birth date anymore. So the KW SmartPlan, Nate, is it the week of their birthday, like 4 or 5 days before their birthday. I think it's 6 days before their birthday, at the beginning of the week. It prompts you to send them a handwritten note, so basically a birthday card.
Okay.
Right at the beginning of the week, and then it delays 4 days, and then you're supposed to call and wish them a happy birthday.
Oh, so
right? And it's usually before their birthday. It's the day before their birthday. You're calling to wish them a happy birthday because you want to be the first one to wish them happy birthday. It's not, hey, I screwed up and tomorrow's your birthday. It's, hey, I want to be the first person to wish you happy birthday. Right?
I always do that to my friends. Got you.
Yep. And then you wait a day, and then it's going to prompt you to send a social media post to them, right, on their social media, and also send them a text message. If you have Twilio, it'll automatically send out this text message for you.
Okay. So it's several touches right around their birthday. It's like 3 or 4 touches
the week of their birthday. Yep. And you can edit the text, like we edited the text of the text message, and it still will send out. I do recommend, if you're using Twilio, that you put your name on the text message, because otherwise it'll just you'll get a text. It's like, happy birthday. And you'll be like, who the heck is this from? Like, nobody has that number saved as your number because it's coming from Twilio, and they won't know who it's coming from.
He hit me with the ball.
I'm in the meeting. Hold up.
Okay. So the way to edit one, hold on just a second. Let me see if I can switch profiles. Let me close that.
Tristan, take a seat for 2 minutes.
All right, this one looks good because these don't look like we've done anything with them. So, and then I'm not messing up my whole thing. So let's say that you're like, hey, let's go into the library and pick up a SmartPlan.
Dude, maybe the 2 bi-weekly ones. Is that the most common one, the bi-weekly nurturer? Is it?
I usually actually use it as a monthly neighbor. I do the monthly neighborhood nurture, not the bi-weekly one, because I don't feel like people really want to be kept up to date on what's going on in their neighborhood every 2 weeks. It's usually like once a month.
Follow you. Okay.
All right, so let's just scroll down here. What's new?
Sit down, Tristan.
Reverse bold. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so look, this one's called the My Daily Social Media Plan for March. This is kind of fun. It'll give you a prompt for every day of the month. Oh, this is kind of fun. Look at this. The first day of the month, you're going to get Happy Women's Day, honor the women of this post or of the past, right? So it's got a little thing. Use graphic from designs to share what women history means to you. Link to graphic below. It seems like it should have a delay. Oh, there's a delay. Oh, because it has you go in at the beginning of each week and set up the post for that whole week. Look, isn't that fancy? See, you never know what you're going to find in the library. Get the neighbors talking and spread the word about your upcoming open house with easy to edit open house graphic link below. Okay, so now we're going to take this smart plan. We're going to add it to our library. Social media. We're going to hit download. Okay, so now if I go into my smart plans, don't freak out when it says you have no smart plans. It just takes a minute to load. All right, so here's that new smart plan that I just downloaded. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hit the little pencil button to edit it. And then let's say that I don't plan very well. So instead of, every once a week, I'm going to go in there and create the post. I'm more of a post on the fly type of person. So I want to change it so that every day it's giving me a notification to send a post. We can edit it to do that. So here's, look, if we click on the little link, check this out. See where that takes us. Maybe.
I'm gonna go ride my motorcycle and I want to do a jump.
There it is.
You're gonna do a dog now? You're gonna do a dog? Yeah.
It's working really hard. Dun, dun, dun. All right,
You ever put some of your files on a flash drive, Amy, or you just cram them on your computer?
Most of my files are on my Google Drive, so they're up in the cloud.
Yeah. Okay.
I have really slow internet at my house. Like we're on AT&T, you know, it's a line in the ground and it's like 25 megabytes if we're lucky. Welcome to the boonies. All right.
Yeah.
So
mine's just as slow as yours right now. It's still loading.
All right. So here's this. So let's say that I want to add a so that it, instead of triggering all 7 tasks at the beginning of the week, it triggers them each day, right? We can go in there and we can add a task in between. So what we're going to do is we're going to go set a delay right here. Oh, we just have to hit plus. Hold on, it's going to probably add it at the end. Let's see where it added that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna take this. There's no easy way. Okay, so once you add that, so I just clicked to add a delay, set a delay. I clicked to add it in there, and then what I'm gonna do is you can move it up. This is kind of cumbersome because it's at the bottom of this, so you can just keep moving it up. Come on. I think maybe I was hitting the wrong one. Let's try this. There we go. All right, now it's the little arrow on the bottom. Oh, I think I moved the other one is why. That's all right. We'll get there eventually. All right, better idea. Hold on. It's a really long thing. I should have picked an easier one. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm just gonna bump this delay up to be step number 2. So I'm almost there. All right, so now I have a task, right? Create a task, which is the post. And then instead of delaying 7 days, I'm gonna delay 1 day. And then it's gonna lead to the next task, which is this one here. So it'll give me a task on Monday, and then it'll delay a day, which will be Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, it'll give me the create this task for this post. So you can go in there and add things. You can go in here and edit the text, right? So you can change it up. Oh, it's unhappy because I switched things around. It's all right. We fix that later. So you can go in there and edit it. You can edit the name, do in so many days. So like this one had, the way that this one was set up was that it was like due in 5 days. So it had all 7 posts that would go to your task list at the beginning of the week, but they weren't actually due. It would show them as upcoming tasks. And then it would delay a week, and then you'd get the next set of posts. So you could do them all on 1 day or not, but you could add breaks in there. You could add, if it was a smart plan. So let's go to a different smart plan. If you wanted to save the changes, you'd click the save in the upper right hand thing, or like this one, I'm just going to discard the changes I made. So let's say we wanted to go into this 5-5-5 plan. Let's say we wanted to edit that one. We would just hit the little edit button. Oh, so our link just took us to, just for that last one, just so you know, the link took you to the Women's History Month, all the March appropriate social media posts and in designs. All right, back to the 5-5-5. So this one's like make a call. And then it has, look at this, see this, it's got the text in there. So you could change this up where it's hello, contact name, this is, you could be like, I don't want to have to guess. I'm going to put my name in there with KW Vaca Valley. Do you have a couple of minutes, right? The purpose of my call is to check in with you. I'm making calls to my clients and everyone I know to see if there's anything I can do for your friends and family. Right? Or how are you doing? How is your wife, husband? Congratulations. Can you believe you've been in your home for 3 years now? Right? So it's got some different text there you can use. And then maybe you decide, oh, because it's active. Hold on. Once the smart plan is assigned to somebody, so it won't let me add steps. It's assigned to myself.
So you can do that's what education. So we can only make changes after it's only before it's been assigning someone.
You can make changes to the actual steps that exist on that smart plan. Like I could change the text and the title and all that, but it won't let me add tasks into it. So because I was just going to show you here that like this one's make a call and then wait 30 days and then a social media touch and then wait 30 days and then a handwritten note and then wait 29 days and then a text message and then it's going to restart the plan. So maybe I want to add something in there. So maybe I want to make a call and then and maybe I want to do like a 3-step approach or something. So maybe I want it to make a call and then I'm going to make another call in case they didn't get on. So I'm going to add that last make a call here, and then we're going to move see. Make sure I push the right arrow. Make a call, send, okay. We're just gonna keep kicking up that make a call. So these little arrows will move it up and down in the order. The X deletes it and the little check mark saves it. Handwritten notes. All right, so now I have make a call and then I have make a call. So maybe on this one, we want to just do this call, right? And it's got here these blue fields. These are mail merge fields. So what this means is when this comes up in my task list, it's going to read call Nate Dudley at, and then his phone number. Right? So I just have to click on it and it'll automatically call him. And then here's the text. And so maybe I want to be like, I want to make myself a little note that says, you know, if no answer, leave message that you'll check back in tomorrow. Right? So we're just going to make a little note there that we're going to check back in tomorrow. We're going to hit save. Oh, I haven't saved that one yet. And then do in another day. Call number 2. And then you would put, say this, right? Here's the text of what you're going to say. And then, uh-oh, hold on. All right, and then if no answer, oops. Answer, send text message, letting them know you'll touch base later in the week. And maybe I want this one to be due in 3 days. So if this one's due on like Monday, then this one would be due on like Wednesday. And then we want to add another call in, right? So if we were going to edit it to make it a 3-step approach, we're going to bump this up.
Okay, sister, come here.
Right, so we should have make a call, and then 3 days after that, do in 3 days, it'll give us the same notification.
Screen it.
And then do in 5 days. So on Friday, we're gonna do call number 3. And we're gonna call again. And then if no answer, let them know that they can call if they need anything, right? And that's our 3-step approach. And then we may change this one. Well, it should still work. So this one at the beginning of the week, these 3 tasks will show up, which means if you get them on call number 1, you would automatically mark off the other 2 calls because you don't need to call them 2 more times that week, right? And all those tasks are going to show up in your list already. If we don't get them, we're just going to mark done on number 1, and then number 2 will be due on Wednesday, where you would call them again. And then 30 days after that whole mess there, those become due. Then you'll have a social media touch, right? And then, so we just are able to add steps and edit. You can edit the delay here, and you can make it to be whatever you want it to be. Does that make sense to everybody? How you can go in there and add steps? This restart the smart plan just re-triggers it. So it's a 90-day smart plan. It's going to reset every 3 months and it'll reset back to the beginning. So in 3 months, it's going to re-trigger you to call them again. And then it'll start all over. So it'll call, and then 30 days later, you'll social media, and 30 days later, you'll send them a handwritten note. So it'll just keep repeating. Okay. This one adds a text message right at the end. So right before you repeat and you get the notifications to call them, it sends out a text message to them, which makes them more likely to answer your phone call. And what these are is this is text 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens is this smart plan automatically goes through these text messages. So the first time this smart plan triggers, it sends this number 1 text message. And then 90 days later, instead of sending this one, it's going to send them text number 2. And then 90 days after that, it's going to send them text number 3. Okay. Does that make sense? How you can add these different text messages and then it cycles through them automatically for you. You can add up to 6. That way, at no point in the year is this person getting the same text message. Okay. Now, we'll hit save. There, it just saved that smart plan. So now that smart plan, which was called my 555 text message, that one's now in my library and saved with all the changes I just made. So I could go in there and assign it to people. Okay. Now let's say that I didn't want to search the library and I just wanted to add and create my own smart plan. It's the same idea. You're going to go in there and hit create smart plan, the little buttons on the upper right hand side as well. You would name it. So you'd be like, hey, this is my call schedule. I don't know what you want to call it. This is my open house follow up. Right. And we're going to hit apply. And then when you start this one, it's just going to be a blank slate, right? What are we going to do? How's it going to set up? What's it going to add? So you would create a task or make a call or send an email, send a text, right? Add a smart plan, restart. So maybe if it was an open house smart plan, we may want to start with a phone call, right? Actually, let's take that away. Delete, remove. We want to send a text message. And we want it to be, oh, hold on, because I have Twilio set up and I don't want it to go out automatically. So hold on, we're gonna just go create a task today and it's gonna be send, thank you. Send recorded. Right?
Do you have recorded videos in your library, Amy?
No, so this would be like, so what we've talked about with open houses, like you're hosting an open house, sometimes it's good to, before you leave the house at the end of the day, pick the key feature of the property, whether it's positive or negative, and record a thank you video on your phone before you leave that just says, hey, thank you. You know, my name's Amy. Thank you so much for passing through my open house today. I really appreciate you taking the time to visit me. If you have any questions about this house or any other home on the market in the greater, you know, Vacaville, Solano County area, please feel free to reach out at any time. I look forward to talking with you in the future. You record that and then you'd send it out to all your open house contacts, right? And if you're diligently putting all your new contacts into your database as they're walking through your property, then this will automatically, you can get this automatically added into them. So we'll set it up with the step 1 is send a thank you video. And then we're going to add a delay, right? 1 day. And then the next day we're going to create a task. And our task is going to be to set up berry search. Right, and then we're gonna set up clients in berries, property search, based on info at open house. I don't know what I was spelling
Gotcha.
just then, right? And then we're going to set a delay of a day, and we're gonna add a phone call. And our phone call is going to be all. Here's where you select those merged fields. So here's where you see I can insert the contact name. I could have done it up here too, right? Send thank you video to, and then the merge field here in the little drop down, first name. And then we could also at contact phone. Right? Pretty simple. Delay, here was to set up the property search. Delay, today we're gonna call contact first name and say, just wanted to thank you again for passing through my open house. I set you up property search based on our conversation. You'll get emails as new homes come available. Oops. Want to make any changes? No. Or if you want to make any changes or see any homes, come on. All right, we'll get there eventually. Homes. There you go. Right, and then we've got that in there. So that would be, day one of the open house, we're sending a thank you video. The next day, we're setting them up for a berry search. And maybe we want to go ahead and move that up. So maybe we want to go from this task, we want to go up. So property search and make a phone call, do the same day. And then delay a day. Maybe we wanted to send them a text message. Oh, except I don't want it to come from Twilio because I want it actually we can go Twilio, that's right. Just wanted to make sure you were getting the new properties. If you see anything that you want to view in person. No. Right? So then we have a text message that'll go out automatically on day 6. And then maybe we want to add another delay. And then, who knows? Maybe you want to send another text. Oh, except let's not make that one a text message. Remove. We're going to create a task. And it's going to be send matched property to first name at phone number and good morning. I just saw this property on right? We're just trying to get a response, right? And
They
then,
just-
and then we could set to a task to add to a smart plan. So maybe we've reached the end of, okay, it's been a week. We've been following up with them, trying to get a response, checking in with them. If they're not responding yet, now we're going to add them to another smart plan. And this is going to automatically search your smart plans. So maybe from here, we want to add them to that 555 text message plan. So once it reaches the end of this one, it'll automatically add them to that end of this smart plan and add them to that next smart plan. Does that make sense?
So you can add a smart plan to a smart plan.
Yeah. So that it
Basically is
ends.
what,
So, right. So we always talk about like the 19 to connect and the 36 to convert, but we wouldn't want to kick in, and oftentimes we wouldn't want to kick in that 19 to connect until maybe after we finish the 8x8, which would be 8, a touch a week. And maybe we don't want to do the touch a week, the 8x8 until we've done the 7-day intensive open house follow-up plan. So maybe we would go from this to then an 8x8 where it prompts you to message them, email them. Here 8x8 contact engagement would be next. And then from this 8x8 contact engagement, then it would go to like a monthly neighborhood nurture. Okay. Does everybody see how to edit those smart plans and how to create your own smart plan? Not too difficult, right?
yeah, just creating tasks. Pretty much you're just adding the tasks that you want to do.
Yeah, they're all
Okay,
over here,
that's
it's just
Mac.
knowing what
Okay.
it is. If you wanted to restart, like this was, the restart was like what we did
Mhm.
with the 555 at the end. You would just add that restart. And then when it got to the end, it would go back up and repeat that plan. And you could choose how many times you wanted to repeat it. So do you want it to repeat this plan twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, or unlimited?
And a Twilio is automatically used when you send messages. It's automatically sent with your Twilio number then through this
Yeah,
smart
so
plan.
if you have a Twilio account, which for 300 text messages a month, it's $3.10, I think.
Mhm, mhm.
For the plan, I think I have like 600 and it's like $5.35 or something for the month. If you have Twilio connected to your command, then yeah, if you create this text message tab, this task right here for a text message, it'll automatically send that text message using Twilio.
I forgot. I think I signed up for Twilio and I don't know how to figure out where it's at or just to check on it. Okay, so I
Alright.
need to find out about my Twilio.
Yeah,
I know
can show
I
you
signed
where
up for it once and it gave me a number, right? It gives you
A
a
phone
secondary phone number, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Where's your Twilio number at? How do you find it while are you able to see it here or no?
No, I'll have to leave this page. I'll show you here in a minute.
Never mind. Okay, never mind.
It's
I'll
fine.
find
I'll
it.
show you here in a minute. Does anybody have any other questions about creating or editing the smart plans? I can only see Heather. Everybody else is just a black box. I don't even have pictures tonight. We just black boxes. That's how everybody's feeling tonight. Black
Yeah.
boxes. All right. once you've I'm gonna call this one test plan, so I know that I just made that one. Once you've created your smart plan, you can hit save, which will save it. Once you save it, you can add contacts to it. Right? Pretty cool. So we can just add contacts straight from the smart plan. You could add a trigger event here. So this would be contacts, contact tag, and select tag. So maybe you're going to host an open house this weekend on Stonegate. So maybe we want to go in there and house. No, I don't have any open house tags. All right. So you would have to go in there and create the tag. So we can go like this. Oops, you guys are in the way. Let's try this again. Let's see what else we can do for the trigger events. Oh, just contacts and tags. All right. So back. All right, so let's save here. And we're gonna go back. All right, and then if we go into here and go settings, right? So I just clicked on my profile and now I'm hitting settings. Oh, that wasn't. Really stumped it now. All right, see if we can. We're gonna try to open two windows at the same time and really mess up my computer. It's used to working in multiple tabs at the same time.
I feel so sorry for your computer, Amy. It needs love.
You have no idea. This is
You probably
notice there's
got
only
it
two tabs here,
overloaded.
so
It's overloaded.
my computer loves me. It's the internet that doesn't.
Yeah.
But we'll stay on that one. All right, let's see. You can do it. Oh, there we go. All right. So to answer your question, while we're waiting for it to pull up my settings over there so I can add a tag, if you go into the marketplace here in the upper left-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, it's on the left side of the right-hand corner. That's where you'll find your Twilio information. So you click the little store icon up there, and then we'll wait for that one to load. Still waiting for settings. All right, so here is where your Twilio account is. Featured product. And then if you hit view details.
Okay.
This is where it would tell you if you're not connected. So mine has manage app because I already have this application. And this is where you find the details out about it. So if I hit manage app. Oh, there's settings. Woohoo. All right. It'll also be in the console settings here. So I'm in general settings. And if I scroll down, it should have somewhere down here, Twilio. And here's my Twilio phone number.
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
We don't
Same
ever need
idea.
to remember that for no purpose. It'll be in our system and they'll have that, right? We don't need to worry about that, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And now from the KW Command app on your phone, you can message people directly. So anytime you get like a notification or a task to message somebody, you can send it from your Twilio account instead of your regular cell phone account so that people get used to seeing this number all the time. And you'll get your responses. If somebody responds to a text message, it'll come as a notification on your KW Command app. So you want to make sure you have your notifications turned on for your KW Command app. That's the red one with the white KW, not the white one with the red KW. So red with white KW is command. This manage is going to take me to the same. Hold on. I got to wait for the little menu to go away. It's going to take me to the same window that this does here, which tells me what plan I have. You can look at the overview, the settings. You can update your subscription and do everything there. Although you can't see your phone number from here. That's interesting, isn't it? Overview. Huh. Settings. So the only way to see your phone number is you go into settings.
General settings all the way to
general
the link
settings. Yep. And then you're looking at the integrations and then it's right there when you're connected. If your Twilio account's not connected, it'll say connect account like this MailChimp does. And if it's connected, it'll say manage.
Amy, I had a question about MailChimp. Is
Yes.
there any benefit of using our MailChimp versus if we had like another one,
You should be able
like
to
another
connect.
account?
So yeah, if you have another account, by hitting connect account, you should be
Mhm.
able to connect your existing account. So MailChimp you have to pay for.
Mhm.
If I hit connect account, it's going to prompt me to set up an account here. And so if you already have a MailChimp account, you can absolutely connect it through here, and then you can send out bulk emails through commands using MailChimp.
Got it. Okay.
But there's no benefit to signing up for a new account if you already have an existing one. You should be able to link it.
Got it. No. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. So here's all those. If you're like Google, my Google Calendar isn't connected, so I probably should connect that at some point. It's got my email account connected, which means that it automatically pulls emails, and this is how it sends emails from command, and it automatically checks my emails against my contacts, and it'll pull any of those emails into that contact if I email them directly through the Gmail app. So I don't have to message people out of command. If I message somebody that's in my command database with the same email account through my KW email, it'll automatically pull that email history into their log. You can connect, all these fun things in here. However, what I was really looking for was my contacts and then contact tags. So you can add tags inside your contact, or you can do it here in settings. I was like, why did I go to settings originally? I have no idea at this point. I'm just waiting. It doesn't want to go today. All right, connect. Oh, command settings, contacts. It really doesn't like my contact tags today. It's not gonna let me. Oh, you know what? I wonder why. Let's try this. I don't know why it doesn't like my contact tags. All right, well, we'll go back
Could that
to
be of something they
SmartPlans.
just recently made a change on? Did you see a lot of
It could-
changes over the last family reunion? Did you see a lot of changes that you noticed?
There's been a few changes, but not that many. I mean, this one should link back. It just doesn't like me today. It won't take me back to my SmartPlans either. So we'll go back. It's oh, you know why? It's probably because it's, oh, there it goes. It's probably because it's angry at me because I've got like 3 command windows open. It's going somewhere now. Let's see where it's going. Let's say that smart plan that I just created, it'll be open here in a second. Let's say that instead of an open house smart plan, it was like a no email address smart plan, right? Like maybe I created an email smart plan to help get people's email addresses. That's maybe going to send them text messages or remind me to comment on their social media or send them messages through social media. Same thing there. So I could go in there and edit that plan that I just created. And at the top where it talked about the trigger event, and I was looking for like an open house tag. So if I was using this for an open house and I was holding an open house open, I could go into my tags ahead of time and create a tag for like Stonegate open house, right? And then anybody who registered through, or I registered through this open house, I could automatically add that tag to, and then you could trigger it that anytime a contact gets added with that tag, it automatically assigns the smart plan to them. Or anytime it's an open house lead, it automatically assigns this. Loading really slow. So that would be the point to it. Or like if I added somebody and tagged them with no email, now they're going to show up and this smart plan will get added to them to try to track down their email, and all those tasks will automatically get assigned to them. So this is a good way to kind of clean up your database, or use it for tagging new leads where you want them to go into a specific funnel type smart plan, so that you're reminded to contact them frequently, and then it gets less and less frequent as they're not making as much connection with you. If they're not responding, you never want to forget about them, but you don't want to spend all your time and energy on them after the first week or so if they're not responding and not answering you, but you still want to continue to drip on them. So you could use and set up a smart plan to be able to do that. Does that make sense to everybody? What's your question, Nate?
I was just trying to think, what was the process where you said it retrieves the email? Because I mean, that would be a scenario. I think I had kind of one of those scenarios where I had a bunch of people that I had their addresses and their name, but I didn't have their email or their phone number. So I was trying to think what it was you were saying, that it would retrieve their email.
Yeah, so let's say that you created a smart plan to remind you to maybe message them on social media, or if you've got their phone number, you could be texting them or calling them to try to get their email. So let's say that I tag somebody with invalid email address or no email address. This is on my personal account, which I don't have as much as I do on the team. So let's say that I said, hey, anytime the trigger event, anytime somebody gets tagged with invalid email address, I want this plan to be assigned to them. Right? So this will start your smart plan when a tag is added to the contact. Any tags or any contacts that already have this tag will not be added to the smart plan. If you would like to add them, use the add smart plan, right? So this isn't going to backtrack. This is just moving forward. So you're going to hit confirm trigger. So now anytime, so now let's go into, watch this. So now if we go into my contacts, oops, back and save, hold on. Don't forget to save. So now if I go into my contacts, this is why I'm in my database, just for the record, is so I can mess around with my own contact in here. So I can see how things work, right? Everybody just has to wait patiently while my computer participates. All right. So now we're going into contacts. I don't have a whole lot of contacts in this version of commands. Interesting. All right. Well, anyways, what would happen, what I was going to show you guys is, oh, look, here it comes. Here it comes. It's going to work. It's like, don't give up on me. Come on. I don't want the new contacts. Just go away. I just want my one contact. There we go. All right. So if I come in here to me and I add a tag.
You do that with the pencil with 3 lines. I thought 3 lines.
Yep, little pencil. Come down here. So now if I add that tag for invalid email address. But I felt like it was red.
Yeah, it was red. It was a new one. That was the latest one you created. That's why latest tag or invalid email was spelled differently.
Well, that's, I was like, maybe it was, no, it's the only one on there. All right, we're gonna go there. All right, and then you hit save. We're gonna put this to the test now. See if this works. Now we're gonna go into Smart Plans. And see, it added this new open house follow-up test plan, the one that I just created. Because I triggered it that anytime this tag got added, it would automatically add that open house follow-up plan. So if you had named it, like if you had created a true open house follow-up plan and said, hey, anytime somebody gets tagged open house as the source, right? Add this plan to it. Then if you're sitting at your open house, you're adding all those new contacts in and tagging them as open house leads. Or you have it set up through a landing page that if somebody enters their information, it automatically tags them as open house. It'll automatically add that plan to them as well. Okay, everybody see how that works?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now I'm gonna remove that one so it doesn't actually create tasks for me. Okay, Magic, is this helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody need anything else before we finish up for today?
Good night.
No, that was good stuff. That was good stuff, Amy. I'm
Good.
tired myself.
I'll
I'm beat.
save my question for the morning.